We got Cory Sandhagen back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Iuri Alcantara at UFC Fight Night 135 on August 25th. Cory, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, everything's good here. How are you?
I'm doing very well. We got to talk about your UFC debut, man. You get that second round TKO win over Austin Arnett at UFC on Fox 27. Could that fight have gone any better for your UFC debut?
Probably, probably not. I don't see. I mean, obviously, there's things that I still feel like I need to work on after watching that fight. I got a little complacent at times because I knew that he really wasn't going to hit me. He was a little too slow, and his shots were just a little too simple. But yeah, I mean, it went how it went. Like mentally, I went in like the mental monster that I've been working on becoming, and yeah, I don't know that it could have gone too much better than that.
So you haven't fought at 135 since your pro debut in May 2015. Why the drop down?
I was just walking too light at 145, man. For me, I think to reach the highest level in the UFC, which is winning that belt, I think 135 is a lot more realistic. To be honest, dude, at 145, I was waking up on weight. Wasn't sweating for that last fight. I didn't have to sweat. I think even the one before, I didn't have to sweat. I would diet down and drink a lot of water, and then I would just lose the weight. So that I don't think will fly for the UFC. So me just losing 10 more pounds is pretty easy, and it's been way easier than it was before. I'm walking a lot lighter. My body's changed a lot. So the cut actually has been very stress-free, which was the part that I was most nervous about. So yeah, it's good. 135 is going to be where I stay, and I'm pumped about it.
That's great to hear. Have you done a test cut or anything, or are you just pretty confident you'll make the weight?
No. Yeah, I'm very confident that I'm going to make the weight. I like having to eat more food to be where I want to be. Like the other night, I was snacking on macaroons just to try to keep my weight high enough and not lose it too fast. So yeah, everything's good. Yeah, weight's good.
Let's talk about Iuri Alcantara, 36-9 record. I mean, you're fighting a guy who's got, he's fought everyone pretty much. How do you match up against him in this fight?
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. Honestly, I didn't watch Iuri until this morning. I don't like watching guys until like 2-3 weeks before because the opponent changes all the time anyways. And I don't want to program too much of just one guy and then have an opponent switch like what always happens. But Iuri, I'm pretty pumped about. This morning when I was watching him, I kind of like his style. He's like he seems like a little goofy, kind of just like he's really relaxed. Like, I mean, you have to be relaxed. He almost has 50 fights under his belt. But as far as like him as a fighter stylistically against me, I think he's going to be too slow to hit me. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to keep my guard up the whole time. I'm not going to be able to slack and get complacent like I did a little bit against Arnett, and I have in other fights too. But yeah, I see it being a really good fight. I see it being mostly stand-up. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I'm not really – that question always interests me because – I'm not really a fortune teller. I don't know where the fight's gonna go. I don't know how he's gonna feel when we're in there. I make adjustments on the fly, and I attribute a lot of that to my success. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What about training camp? Have things been business as usual? Training with the same guys?
Yeah, smooth. I found out about the fight pretty early. Usually, like with LFA, I wouldn't find out until about maybe 5 or 6 weeks before. So this time I had a full 8 weeks, which was pretty nice. Usually I don't do an 8-week camp. It's a little tedious, or I knew it was going to be a little tedious, so I took a trip out to San Diego for a week just to kind of do something new. Stayed with a buddy out there, kind of hung out on the beach, and then went and trained a couple times a day. Kind of did a down week a few weeks ago, just to keep things interesting, train with different guys, blah, blah, blah. So that made it easy, but yeah, we have a bunch of new guys always at Elevation coming in and out of the gym, so there's always a bunch of new training partners. So yeah, it's good. Everything's good.
Well, anyone in particular in Colorado you're training with, like anyone more than others?
Just the team, man. Like we have a really solid team. We have solid wrestlers, so I get in like the good wrestlers that we have. Good strikers. Everyone moves. Like we have a few good southpaws. Me and Dober have been training a little bit together. Dober's a southpaw. He kind of fights like Iuri a little bit too. Maybe. Obviously some differences, but yeah, just training with a little bit more southpaws just to get used to that a little bit. It's been a while since I fought a southpaw.
I heard, sorry to interrupt. I heard Drew broke his phone. I was supposed to do an interview with him today, and he's like, my screen's cracked or something. So I don't know if you heard the story behind that.
I don't know the story behind that. I know that like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Drew. he's got the California commission on him a little bit about his weight and blah blah blah. So I didn't know that he broke his phone. That's just one more thing to add to the stress level.
Right.
But,
Yeah. No. I can imagine. That's
yeah.
crazy. So you mentioned the cuts going well. I guess everything you said is sort of ahead of schedule, right?
Yeah, everything's ahead of schedule. It's sneaking up like how it always does. Yeah, 2 weeks from Saturday, so it's perfect. I'm really excited about it. I know that a lot of people from Colorado are going to make the drive. It's only 7 hours from where I live. I'm going to have some buddies in town. I think most of the team is going to make the trip out. Bo, I think, is going to go. Neil, Curtis, I think they're all going to make the trip. So it'll be cool, man. Gaethje's on there. Gaethje's been training with us a little bit at Elevation. Yeah, so it'll feel like I mean, like we're kind of at the gym training with just some new people that are coming in.
Well, I heard in general, and I talked to so many fighters from Colorado, that like you guys all train together. Like it seems like all the gyms are just cool with like, hey, you want to drop in, get some work in. Like that doesn't happen at other gyms. I don't know if it's the marijuana or what, but it seems like you guys all get along quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's really cool. Kind of the only cross training that Easton's will do, or Elevation Fight Team. We do practices at Easton's and then at high altitude martial arts too. The only couple gyms that we'll really cross train with are Factory X, and then with Gaethje's gym, like Trevor and
Genesis, I think it's called.
Yeah, Genesis. Yeah. So we'll do like a little cross training with them, but all of like I would consider the better teams like us and Factory X and Genesis. Yeah, we all have no problem just cross training. Most of us are in the UFC, and if we're gonna fight each other, then obviously that wouldn't fly. But yeah, no problem with.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Christian Allen and Elliot Marshall.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, keep those two. Yeah, just those two. Those two are my favorite people. I'm very close to both of them, so that's really important to me. So I feel good about that.
I think you kind of answered this earlier, but I got to ask anyways. Are we going to get a prediction for this fight? Did you see this fight unfolding a particular way?
No, I see me moving a lot. Like I see me just fighting my style and my same fight that I always fight. Iuri, as I was watching him, I noticed he's going to be a hard guy to kind of target. A lot of his motions are really big and a little bit unpredictable. So finding a home for the punches are going to be maybe a little bit tough. But like I said, man, we'll see. I don't see it going all 3 rounds. I really think that I'll be able to pick him apart. I've seen him get tired in fights. I think he's going to get tired. And I have a pace where I can go. So I don't see it going all 3, but I have no idea how it's going to end. And honestly, I'm always wrong about it anyways.
Right, exactly. You don't play the lottery or anything. That makes sense. What's next after this fight? I mean, this is a new division for you. I know you're not looking past Iuri, but I imagine you really want to make some noise in this bantamweight division, which is kind of going through a bit of a transition now with Cody losing again on Saturday.
Yeah. Afterwards, I haven't thought about it too much. I know that there's a card in November in Denver, which would be cool maybe to get on. I got to see if I'll be healthy. I always hurt my hands in every single one of my fights. My hands always get messed up.
Maybe December then. Maybe you wait another month. You can come fight down the street from where I am in Toronto.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, so I don't really know. I'm not really the dude to call people out, blah, blah, blah. I just fight my fight. I let the fights come when they should come. I let the UFC make those decisions. Or at least for now, I'll be pretty passive in the decisions that they make for me or whatever. I don't see too many guys touching me or competing with me too highly until maybe about the top 5. But yeah, we'll see. Whoever they give me next is cool with me. I feel very confident everywhere. So, but I do want to get in one more this year, at least one more.
It's a pretty laid back answer. Wouldn't expect anything less being from Colorado. Last question before I let you go. Are you watching any TV right now? Any Netflix, anything like that getting you through training camp?
I don't watch a lot of Netflix. Honestly, man, when I have to cut weight, it's kind of funny. I'm very tired at night. And my patience is pretty low for people, and my focus at the end of the day is pretty low. So honestly, it's a lot of like cartoons. Like I watched Coco the other night, which was really good. Like Moana, like all those like Disney movies and stuff. I really enjoy watching. As far as like Netflix series though, I've been watching a lot of Joseph Campbell. He talks about like the hero's journey and things like this, or things like that, kind of like spiritual journeys and things like along those lines. So I like watching stuff like that, and then like cartoons, like Disney cartoons. They just make me happy. They put me in a good mood when I need to be put in a good mood.
Great. Well, this fight's going to put us in a good mood. What a matchup this is. It's coming up here, UFC Fight Night 135. It's on August 25th. Cory, it was great catching up with you again, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Instagram, Coors Life, CORS_LIFE. That's really the only one that I'm typically on frequently. The big sponsor that I want to really give a big thankful to is Rock Solid MAT, and my buddy Ryan Sufel, who keeps my body in check, and like I haven't been hurt because of it. If you don't know what MAT is, you need to look into it. If you're in Colorado, you need to get hooked up with Rock Solid MAT. So that's it.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.